And now to an exclusive interview for WION. In this exclusive, Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammad Shtayyeh talks about Gaza, the situation now, and what the future might hold. Listen in.
My first question to you is the question about the ongoing situation in Gaza. If you can detail what is the current situation in the Gaza Strip?
The situation in Gaza is extremely catastrophic. This is a situation in which Gaza is a little tiny area, 364 kilometers, 2.3 million people, the most densely part in the world. Gaza Strip has been under attack since October 7, and also as a reaction to the Hamas attack on Israel. The situation is as follows. Until yesterday, we had 25,000 Palestinians who have been killed. 70% of them are women and children. 62,000 Palestinians are injured, and 1.7 million Palestinians have been forced out of their homes. 281,000 housing units have been destroyed between partial destruction and full destruction. Also, the Israeli Minister of Energy has switched off the water supply, electricity supply. Gaza is under siege. Food that is entering through the UN system is only 6 to 8% of what is needed. And most important is that the whole region lacks medicine. 27 hospitals out of 35 hospitals are out of service. Some of them have been fully and totally destroyed. Others did not have any fuel to operate. And the situation is extremely catastrophic. October 7, the temperature in Gaza, Gaza is a Mediterranean area. The temperature October 7 was 32 degrees centigrade, and now today is raining, is very cold, and people, when they left their homes, they were in T-shirts, and now they are really shuddering in the cold of the Mediterranean and also under the rain. Tents does not really protect them, and shelter is not available for most of the people who have been forced out of their homes from North Gaza to Middle Gaza, and then now all centered around Rafah area on the borders with Egypt. Only one entry point of international aid, which is Rafah crossing, that is the border between Palestine, Gaza, and Egypt. And Israel is in full control of this area now. And there are 5 entry points to Gaza that Israel is blocking, and international aid has been extremely slow. And people are dying because of hunger, and people are dying because of lack of medicine, lack of water, lack of food, lack of shelter. So those who might have not been killed by Israeli bombardment are facing death through other means. This is the situation. Just if you kindly allow, it will be very important for your audience also to know that here in the West Bank, the Israeli army has created 700 checkpoints. Also, in this region, 641 Palestinians have been killed. Some of them are at the hands of the Jewish settlers. Since 1967, Israel has planted 285 Jewish settlements with 755,000 Jewish settlers who have been living illegally on an illegally expropriated Palestinian territory and Palestinian land that is privately owned by people. And the situation in the West Bank, where the army is encouraging into the refugee camps here in Jenin area, in the Tulkarem area, and quite a number of districts of the West Bank. Also attacks on Al-Aqsa Mosque, as well as the humiliation of Christian pilgrimage who are here in Jerusalem and who have been visiting Jerusalem. So, my dear friend Sibal, the situation in all Palestinian territory is extremely catastrophic. It is not we who are occupying Israel. It is Israel that is occupying our land. And all what Palestinians have been fighting for is a day for freedom, a day of freedom, a day of independence, and a day in which Palestinians live side by side with the Israelis in a two-state situation. situation. One state for the Palestinians on the borders of 1967 with Jerusalem as its capital. This is the area that Israel occupied in 1967.
So you've detailed the entire situation as to what is the current situation in Gaza. But are you hopeful that the situation will pacify? Are you positive about it, or do you think that 2024 will see a prolonged situation which we have seen starting last year?
That's a very good question. Look, the Prime Minister of Israel, Mr. Netanyahu, what he cares for is his personal survival. And his tactic is that he wants to prolong the war as long as he can in order for him to stay in power. So my prediction is that as the Israelis have been saying also, that this war will continue until the middle of the year, and then some security arrangement later. So if anyone wants to predict where things are heading, obviously 2024 is going to be not the year for peace, even though everybody is pushing in the direction of two states. But obviously the Israelis, they are not partners to this peace process. Israel now has not achieved anything of the goals that they have declared, and only one thing they have achieved, which is a total destruction of the region. And as I mentioned, 25,000 Palestinians killed, 62 injured, and 281,000 Palestinian housing units. So they have not achieved the goals they have declared they want to achieve. Therefore, my prediction is that the war will continue, or the aggression on our people will continue, and maybe Israel will widen the sphere of the war in order for Netanyahu to continue surviving as a prime minister.